What's good, my nesters? It's your girl vibing with Nick. And I just wanted to come on, do a little storytelling tonight. I've been trying to do this video for a few days. I had to go in and clear out my memory, so I'm hoping that I can get this video done and then on to the next one. So we're gonna talk about uh a story time about bullying and how I was bullied from my junior to my junior, let's just say 7th grade through senior year of high school. So junior high and high school. And we're gonna call Steve and Greg were the young men that were bullying me. And let's just do the definition of being a bully and teasing. Teasing is when, you get people that, like in elementary, this young man, he used to say, and then I found out later he liked me. He used to say, Gabo, when you gonna fix my boat? He used to just always say that, Gabo, when you gonna fix my boat? Gabo, when you gonna fix my boat? That's teasing. Bullying is someone that goes, talks about you, walks behind you, mimics you, pretty much talks about you all the whole entire day and hurts your feelings. And even though he wasn't taking the money, he was ridiculing me. They were ridiculing me, both of them. So, so it started 7th grade year, and basically that's what they did. I rode the bus. I got it worse from them. And I always say bullying is just it's not right to do. But when you go from your 7th grade year every day in junior high from 7th and 8th grade, it's the same two people. Steve and what you call it, what you call him. and I say that loosely because I don't even want to. I know their real names, but I'm making them names, so um, I can't even tell you what I said I was gonna call them at first. So I'm just gonna call them those two guys. So you know, um, so from 7th and 8th grade year, they bullied me. I was very much hurt, bothered. I remember my brother getting on a bus telling the kids to not to, bother me. Um, my big brother was my biggest supporter. So for him to do that, to get on that bus and talk to those kids, meant the world to me. But this particular day, he got up on the bus and he said that, because it was only one time that he had to say that, but the kids went back and told the ringleader, which was Steve. And I think I was calling the other one Greg. I don't know. But Steve and Greg, or Steve and this other young man. Uh, and like I said, I know their names. I'm just not going to say their names because I went to A. Maceo Smith High School here in Dallas, Texas. And my friends, some of my friends look at my videos and they might get back to them, which I don't care because that's years ago. But I'm just saying, you know, back then I could have been a statistic. I probably wouldn't have been here today. But I think about what I went through then versus what if I was having to deal with that now. Uh when I was being bullied back then, it was different. You know, I could remember, like I said, I could remember my brother getting up on the bus, and I could remember him uh telling the kids not to bother me, to just leave me alone. And I remember him saying, and for those two dudes, boys that's been bothering her, give him a message and that tell him that I'm looking for him. You know, and he wanted to do bodily harm to him, but he knew he couldn't. But he just wanted to put fear in him. He didn't put fear in him. He didn't know he made it worse until I got home. Cause when I got to school, it got around, and it got around to them, and they just went in heavy the whole entire day. I can remember getting in the car, and I can remember telling him when he picked me up from school, and he was like, I might just have to start taking you to school because they're not going to let up, and I don't want to have to come up there and put hands on. So he would take me to school and pick me up. He ended up moving his schedule to nighttime, sleeping during the day and working at night because he wanted to make sure that I was okay. This went on from my junior year, like I said, from my middle school years to senior year. I never knew. And entering freshman year, I thought it would be over. It wasn't. It was the same two people. Same old mess. You know, two young men that just didn't care about hurting people like me with disabilities. And I hated being bullied. I hated being talked about, even though my mama would make sure my hair was done late, and sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes it was nappy. Sometimes, I had nice clothes, nice shoes. I had it all. I had it all. But, you know, it still wasn't good enough for people at my school, which I had in high school. I could remember meeting my best friend. I can remember meeting my friend Helena, my one of my good friends Johnny, who's still my good friends today. They're still my good friends today. And I'm gonna tell you about the story time of what happened to these two characters that hurt me. You know, um, my 10th grade year, we entered school, and kind of like a couple of weeks, I think it was maybe a month or two, a few months into school. Um, let's say Greg. All I know is I missed the day of school, and I don't know. I think I played sick and end up staying home with my mom and coming back to school. I can remember. Um, but that I'm gonna leave that for another story, cause something happened to Greg. But we're gonna start another video and we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna do a story on it. But I guess the moral of the story, my story time is, if you're gonna hurt people, hurt people. And see, I could have been one of those people to hurt, later on, but I wasn't. I wasn't the one that hurt people to hurt people. I never could do that. I look at bullying now and I see lots of kids killing themselves. I just seen one in the news the other day. It'd be white or black. I suffered severely from that because I was one of the ones that could have picked up a gun and blew my brains out. It was thought about. I had to go to therapy because I wasn't like my sister, or I wasn't like my brother. I couldn't run and couldn't jump fast. That's why I tell people, stay prayed up. Pray over your kids before you leave. Pray during school, because we got a lot going on now in 2022 versus in the early 90s when I was in school. And stay with the kids. Stay with your kids. So, and I have a daughter now. So I wouldn't even want anyone to bully my daughter or bully her babies. So, and now I'm an empty nester. That's why I decided to call my gang the Nets Nesters, because I want to have I want to have kids watching my videos, but I also want women my age that's going through the emptiness syndrome. I don't have any more kids and don't want any more, but that is why I decided to call you guys Nesters. So, until next time, gang, my nesters, this has been Story Time with Vibing with Nick. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that post notification bell so that when I upload, you know that I have done so. Till next time, peace.